Good day, my name is Mr. Omar. I'm lecturer at IMC Krems University in Tashkent. Welcome to our educational channel. Today, we'll talk about business communication. Communication is one of the most essential things in our life. We face with communication every day. We try to express ourselves, our thoughts, our idea. So one of the most important things is to deliver the idea to other people as well. So one of the obstacles delivering the message is the receiver. Today we'll discuss both of them, both of parts. So today we'll discuss about professional communication. As I told you, communication is one of the important things in our life. So I do recommend you to provide practical information. You know, in today's world, people are lazy to listen to others. They're lazy to speak to each other. So in this case, we have to provide only practical information and use practical approach. So second point, it says giving a real facts rather than vague impressions. So giving a real fact will help you to present your information concise and using efficient manner. So next point is the clarifying expectation and responsibilities. Following this, you should always offer a compelling information. One of the most important here is to provide recommendation. So let me explain about 6 elements. Those 6 elements of professionalism within communication. First of all, it says be dependable. Being dependable seems ambiguous in this case, but being dependable of your team and working within your team is very important. As long as each team worker will collaborate and put all the efforts within a teamwork and effective manner, we should be dependable. Second one, being a team player. Being a team player and working within team helps you to achieve greater success. Third one, being respectful. Being respectful for each of your team member and people you're working with. Next one, being positive. Yes, being positive is one of the most important part. As long as positive emotion helps people to understand you better. Being ethical. Next part, one of the most prominent, being ethical. Being ethical helps you to keep the right manner, the right distance between you and your colleagues. So all of them in the mix will help you to be the best. So now we'll talk about organizational structure within communication. There are 3 main types of them: downward, upward, horizontal communication. Let me explain. So as long as you see the president or CEO, Chief Executive Officer, he is at the top. So whatever network works in this case, he has a horizontal type of communication. Whatever order he gives downwards. For example, president gives the order to the vice president. Vice president gives the order to a manager. Manager gives the order to the line division. So, in this case, horizontal communication works this way. Downward communication works this way. And upward, when the employees contribute their ideas, communicate with their boss upward. So let's go next. We'll talk about adopting audience-centralized system of communication. So what we think in this case, you should have focused on the you attitude. Within any communication, we have to take into account biases, education, age, and status, style, and professional and personal concerns. Why do we take them into account? Because people are different. There are about 16 personalities. So within any personality, person is completely unique and we have to take into account maximum amount of the information available. So in this case, your communication and delivery of your message will be successful. So let's go next. I would like to talk and explain you the process of communication itself. Let's imagine there are two persons, person number A and person number B. So person number A has a certain message. Whatever, it could be idea, it could be message, it could be whatever he wants to deliver. So within our brain, we make a certain association about any message we want to send. So person A forms the message or encodes. So how do we encode? We use language, gestures. We use eye contact to encode the message. And whatever I encode the message, I found out the way. This way we call a channel of communication, or the medium of communication. So we use this channel to send the information. First of all, we encode, use the channel, find out the channel, then transmit the message. When we transmit the message, person A receives the message. At this point, person A should decode the message itself. So in this case, we use the same meanings as we used in the person A. Language, ideas, gestures, eye contact, so on. When a person decodes the message, using his cultural, emotional, critical thinking, and the way of the thinking itself, he decodes and tries to understand the message itself. At the stage of receiving the message, we have to make sure ourselves that person B understood what we talk about, or what we delivered in this case. We use term feedback to understand how person understood the message itself. Well, it could be a certain gesture, like this way, or like this way. We have to understand there is probability of successful delivering the message. Maximum amount is about 80%. Why it's so? Because of the destruction. Within any message delivering, within any process of message exchange or communicational process, there is a certain noise. There could be outside noise or your inner thoughts that will distract your attention. There are some competing messages, filters, and channel breakdowns. Following this, we have to know insights of the mind of your audience. Well, first point is to how audience receive the message. So we have to learn ethical behavior, emotional behavior, and cultural behavior within your audience. Second point is how audience decode the message. So to understand this, you have to have a good communicational process within your audience. Third one is how audience respond to your message. To understand responding process, you have to know the feedback process. You have to know and learn how your audience provide feedback to you. So let me provide some tips how audience receive the message. So to make it successful, you have to learn and consider audience expectation. Whenever you organize your meeting, you should know what they want and what they need from you. Next one, how audience decodes the message. So one of the most important part here is perception of the audience. To understand perception, you have to learn a local culture. Local culture is the key of any perception. How audience respond to message. So in this part, it says you must remember the message and must check for the response and the feedback as well. So let me conclude our presentation. So one of the vital things for success is a critical thinking. So critical thinking will help you to find out absolutely different approach for different things. Collaboration. So collaboration will help you to reach success within your team. Knowledge application and analysis will help you to use your knowledge, use your skills, and analyze the information to distinguish what is right, what is wrong. Business ethics and social responsibility is very important nowadays, as long as being ethical is being vital for our century. Information technology skills. As long as we live in the 21st century, we have to know at least some basic skills how to use the computer. And data literacy. Data literacy is vital for any manager, for anyone who is working with information technology and who is working within the 21st century. As long as you understand data, you can analyze and distinguish right information. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel. See you soon.